Hey everybody, Wyduck welcoming you to a set of replays from the recent WCS Season 2 finals. And this is group stage play, and this time on Derelict Watcher. We've got spawning in the bottom left as a blue Protoss. Possibly one of the best non-Korean players in the world right now. We've got Alliance's Naniwa. Even though he's playing under the barcode, that is Naniwa. And his opponent, spawning in the top right as the Red Terran, also playing as a barcode, but representing STX Seoul, it's Innovation. And this series is very interesting because whoever wins this series is actually going to move on to quarterfinal play. So Innovation, one of the favorites to win the whole thing, after very strong performances in Season 1 and just having such a high win ratio in Korea in the Kespa League. He has to win this, otherwise he's going home very early from Europe. And does Naniwa have it in him for the upset? It would be very interesting to see Naniwa be able to defeat Innovation, because that would really rock Innovation's confidence, because he was 4-0'd by Maru, and then in the previous set he also lost. So Innovation has been losing quite a few games against other players, but mostly against Terran. His TVT is probably his worst matchup. TVZ is probably his best matchup. So we'll have to see what kind of tricks both players have in store. I'm really excited to see what's going to be going on. Innovation is going for the very conservative barracks first play. And he doesn't look like he's going for a command center early on anyways. He's going for early Reapers. Interesting. Reapers can be a very good choice on Derelict Watcher. Not as good as other maps, because to jump into the base you actually have to jump into the natural area first before you can jump up. So it does limit the amount of places you can jump up. If you could jump from here into the main, that would be unbelievably powerful for Terran players. And Innovation saving up 400 minerals will put down that command center at his natural, and now his SCV has been able to scout what's going on in Naniwa's side of the map. So nothing special here, 2 pylons. And one of the things about Naniwa is a lot of people don't like Naniwa because they think that he's kind of a jerk, arrogant. And it's kind of nice to have, you know, different sorts of personalities in the gaming scene. You don't want everyone to be super respectful necessarily. Kind of makes it a little bit boring. So it's nice before to have, it was nice before to have, you know, Idra saying, you know, stupid things. And it was kind of fun to, you know, not like somebody all the time. And Naniwa's kind of now in Idra's position where he's a very good competitive player. And now that Idra's kind of not playing professionally anymore, and Naniwa's doing pretty well, and he's still so audacious and still going to say everything, and, you know, doesn't matter, whatever is on his mind, he will say it. So even though you might not like Naniwa, I think he does bring a lot of interest into the game, and he's an interesting character. So I think that's a good thing for Starcraft and the pro gaming scene in general. But in this game, it's not going to matter much to Innovation or Naniwa what kind of trash talking Naniwa might have. It's going to be up to Innovation to figure out how to defeat this Protoss player. Otherwise, he will be eliminated and going home very early. He's getting mines out with a reactor with 2 Marines pumping out every half a minute. So Innovation is going to be moving out across the map with a small pack of Marines. He's also got Widow Mines and more Marines following this, so it looks like it might be some sort of 2-base timing attack. There aren't that many units here for Naniwa, so this might not be an entirely bad idea, but remember, these Marines do not have medevacs, they do not have stim, and they don't have combat shields, so Nexus cannons will 3-shot these Marines very easily, and they won't be able to escape the range of the Nexus cannon that easily either. The Marines are going to be moving in here for Innovation, scaring the probes at least, able to pick off one probe, The mine is going to burrow itself and take down one Stalker, so this initial attack is going pretty well for Innovation. Chrono boosting out that Observer is Naniwa. He really needs to clean up that Widow Mine. But the Marine attack from Innovation looks like it's going to be stalled, at least for now. But we've got a medevac boosting across the map to reinforce these Marines. It's also got more medevacs inside. Sorry, mines inside. So Innovation is being very aggressive here. He's building more and more barracks as well as a single engineering bay. Naniwa is building a cannon at his natural. That's not a bad play. Cannon does have significantly more range than Marines. But he's also getting robotics bay, and once that finishes, we're going to see some Colossi action. And now, it looks like we've got to drop in the main, but that medevac is going to get picked off, it looks like. Yes! So, great pickoff by Naniwa, able to destroy that medevac when it was almost full. So, that's a huge loss. Look at the minerals lost. Went up by 700 in just a flash, and now Naniwa is ahead significantly. And at the same time, he's getting a full scout on Innovation's base, seeing what is going on. And Innovation needs to rethink now, because now he's behind. Is he going to be able to stabilize? Resources and supply are fairly even. And an Innovation instead is going to be going for his third command center. This is very interesting. After losing that medevac, he says, well, I'm behind a little bit, so I'm going to need to build a command center to get back ahead economically. If Naniwa is able to detect this early enough, he can push into the base and maybe do some damage. And Naniwa is getting 3 gateways and also Blink with +1 weapons. So he looks like he might be ready soon to move out across the map. The Observer is going to see that third command center and the timing. So Innovation is in a very strange predicament here. Usually he's the aggressor and usually he's winning those engagements. But after losing that medevac... But he's going to be aggressive here. He's looking for the third base of Naniwa. Not able to see it, but just at the exact same time, Naniwa is going to drop that Nexus down. Going to cancel it and pick off that probe. So, able to pick off 150 minerals is not a bad deal, especially when you don't lose anything for it. And now Naniwa is going to have to rethink again. Do I put down the Nexus again? Because Innovation is looking for it. Blink and +1 weapons are almost done. Thermal Lance is halfway completed as well. And once Thermal Lance is completed, these Terraneers are going to have a lot of problems. We're going to need to see some Vikings from Innovation. And right now, yes, Innovation is going to start that Viking production. I think that is a wise move. And now the Nexus is going down for Naniwa. This low Marine is able to scout it, but he's going to get picked off by all these Stalkers. Able to see the size of the armory at least. And there is a drop from Innovation into the main. The Zealots are warping in here. At least they're providing bullet cover, but you have to remember there is the Nexus cannon as well, and it can 3-shot Marines. Innovation needs to be very, very vigilant here. He's microing as much as he can, just outside that cannon range. And now the medevacs are going to pick up and boost away. And we have another engagement near Naniwa's third base, but the Colossi have been able to melt most of those Marines and Marauders. Resources lost has evened out quite a bit. So not necessarily a bad deal for Innovation, but it's going to be hard for him to push in here with those 2 Colossi. He's going to need a lot more Vikings. And he's only building 1 currently. He's low on minerals. Scan does go down, able to see those transferring probes. But can Innovation capitalize? And it looks like we might have a flank attack here. We've got 3 Colossi here, and we only have 2 Vikings. One of the Colossi is out of position. He's going to get picked off at the south region of this encounter. But it looks like Innovation is going to have to pick up and boost away again. But remember, these medevacs are heavily damaged. So one good blink and all these medevacs could blow up with all the Marauders inside. The Marauders are going to engage in here once again. Remember, that boost has been used. Innovation is going to try to retreat. Able to retreat with 1 medevac. And now Innovation is going to move into the third base of Naniwa. Going to try to come in here and finish off that Nexus. But his attack force is kind of small, and we've got so many Stalkers just running into here. And I don't think Innovation is going to be able to do too much here. He's focusing down on these Stalkers. And now with only one medevac, these two Marauders are going to be left behind. The Stalkers do blink in and destroy that medevac as well. So heavy losses for Innovation. And now he's quite behind. Once again, he pulled even just a few minutes ago, but now he's behind once again, and Naniwa is going to be moving across the map. It looks like these 4 Marauders are out of position as well, with no medevacs to pick them up. They're just going to be destroyed for the price of nothing. So Innovation is reeling now. He needs to stabilize again, and with +2 armor finished, this is going to be a big problem. Naniwa now has upgrade advantage as well. He's got the supply advantage. And he's also got no Vikings in this composition. Oh, he's got 2 Vikings against 2 Colossi. The SCV pool is coming here. Innovation realizes he needs to get some meat shields in here to protect his units, but there's so much splash damage from the Colossi. These Marines and Marauders are doing everything that they can. They're stimming and fighting valiantly, trying to destroy those Stalkers in the front. But the Colossi are just doing so much DPS. One Colossi has 24 kills, the other one has 14. So these Colossi are just going to town on all these Marines and Marauders. And now with more and more Zealots in the front, it looks like the third base of Innovation is going to be forfeited. He's down by 40 supply after pulling all those SCVs, and he still wasn't able to kill this army. So Innovation is really, really far behind. And other than a really strange move by Naniwa, I don't think Naniwa is going to lose this game. Innovation is going to have to come in here and try to beat up these 4 Zealots that have been destroying all the SCVs remaining at this third base. Innovation is finally going to be able to clean it up, but at the same time, Naniwa is just doing very well. He's got +2 armor upgrades. He's getting +2 weapons as well. Sonic Storm is almost done. And he's got so many Colossi as well. And there's only 1 Viking per Colossi, so Innovation is really behind. He needs way more Vikings to deal with those Colossus. Now, it looks like we might be having another drop here, but unfortunately this pylon has been able to scout it, so Innovation is going to think twice about it. He's not going to do it anymore. In fact, he's just going to retreat back to his base, and I don't think that's a bad decision, as the floating factory is able to see this huge Protoss army. And once again, there are not enough Vikings. You generally need 2 to 3 Vikings per Colossi to deal with them adequately. Now, there is no upgrade advantage now for either player, so they might even up a bit. But 2 Great Storms weakening up the Vikings. All the Vikings are destroyed, and now with 3 Colossi in the back, with Storms in the front as well. And we got these 2 beefy Archons tanking in the front. All these Marauders and Marines are weakened by quite a bit. In fact, I don't see... Oh, there's only 1 Marine in here. The Marauders are going to try and take down the Archons, but the Colossi are just doing too much DPS, and Innovation is going to have to GG out. So Naniwa is able to take game 1, so underdog status is in his favor, and we'll have to check out game 2 to see if Innovation can make a series out of it, or if he's going to go home really early. So I'll see you guys at the next game.